Millionaire apple orchard owner Tim McNamara has been shot to death, execution style, at his home in Belize, if you believe his children. They claim his new bride, Tracy McNamara, who also happens to be his niece, killed their father, and the Belizean forensics report supports that theory. The evidence is so compelling that Tim's kids file a wrongful death lawsuit.
It's a big hot mess that ended in murder. That's our feeling. And it's our strong feeling.
But is this lawsuit based on a case of cold-blooded murder or hot and heavy heartbreak? On the night that Tim McNamara died, his son Caleb took the first flight out to Belize and stayed with Tracy. Tracy, who is his first cousin and stepmom, if you're keeping track.
Caleb stayed with me the very first night at our home.
What do you mean?
He stayed with me one night.
After
Mac died.
And that night, you and Caleb had sex?
We took a shower. We were involved.
Through his attorney, Caleb denies having sex with Tracy in Belize. His attorney went on to say this.
She believes that she can say whatever she wants to say and that we won't say anything back. I can say she's a pathological liar because that's what we said in our complaint, and that's our position. That's my client's position. She's a pathological liar.
And as if things couldn't get any more outrageous, Tracy says this was no one-night stand. According to her, she and Caleb had been carrying on an illicit affair for years. Tell me about your relationship with Caleb.
That relationship, if you want to call it a relationship or a sexual relationship, with Caleb began in 1999.
How long did you have a relationship with Caleb?
Well, being I lived in North Carolina, I came back for the summers, and up until 2012. And even in Belize, the day he came.
That means Tracy was with Tim for 2 years and Caleb for a whopping 13. And how does Tracy justify her sexapade? Forget for a moment that Caleb and Tracy are related. That's scandalous enough. But her husband, Uncle Tim, has been dead less than 24 hours. That is so complicated, Tracy.
Very difficult, because, you know, where is the respect? Where is the loyalty? Where is the... I don't know what I was thinking. I really don't. Was his absence scary for me, and that I just needed that comfort, like Caleb was there to take Mac's place? I don't know. It was wrong. Can't change time.
Time or this incestuous love triangle? It appears confusing because Caleb was your cousin and then you married his father, which made him your stepson, but your husband was your uncle.
Yeah, a lot going on there. A lot of terms, yes.
When we asked for comment about a long-term sexual relationship, Caleb's attorney responded, quote, Caleb denies they had sex in Belize. But Tracy said Tim knew about it and it ate him up inside.
Mac had nightmares about his son. That taunted him a lot.
What, that you had slept with him?
Yeah.
And what does the McNamara family attorney think about her client Caleb allegedly sleeping with the defendant Tracy after she supposedly just murdered his dad?
Oh, I just want to stick my finger down my throat and throw up, you know? I'm having to listen to this crap. She's the one that's supposed to be devastated, and she's having shower sex with his son less than, what, 24 hours after he dies? Yeah.
But are Tracy's actions that of a murderer or a lonely, grieving widow? And is she even a widow? So that brings me back to another question. Is there a legal marriage between Tracy and Tim?
No.
Why is it not a legal marriage?
Because you can't marry a person of 1 degree separation in Belize.
Wife, niece, cousin, stepmom, murderer? Whoever Tracy Nessel McNamara is, Belizean police want to chat with her and issue a warrant for her arrest. Or do they?
Mr. Brown apparently doesn't like the fact that I called it an Interpol warrant versus an Interpol posted warrant.
What's the distinction here?
There's no distinction.
Tracy's attorney says there isn't an Interpol warrant for his client, and he's filed a defamation lawsuit against attorney Karen Kohler and her firm for posting this information on their website.
If you have just cause to believe that somebody's involved in a crime, Interpol will post what they call a red notice, which is not a warrant. It's just an alert to other countries that another country is looking for somebody.
So then do we know for sure that Belize is looking for Tracy?
According to Interpol, yes.
Whatever you want to call it, Tracy cannot travel freely. She's stuck in Soap Lake, Washington for now. And while both sides await the pending civil lawsuit, all of Tim McNamara's assets are frozen. This includes his properties in Washington, Belize, and both life insurance policies. But according to the McNamara family attorney, that makes no difference to Tim's kids.
Her attorney says that the reason Jennifer and Caleb are suing her is because they are hurt and upset because they were left out of the will.
They're suing her because they believe that she murdered their father.
But no matter who is the rightful heir to the McNamara estate, the facts remain that Tim McNamara is dead, and his children and lover are as entangled as the apple tree branches on his Soap Lake, Washington farm.
I love this farm because every day I'm out in this farm. It doesn't matter where I am. He's there. He's there with me.
Tracy still maintains that Tim killed himself. Ultimately, it will be up to a court to decide. Either way, she may have finally gotten what she wanted, an identity.
She now has taken on the McNamara name, even though she was not legally married to this man. She's become a McNamara, which probably she's always wanted to be.
There's probably truth to that.
There
And I
probably
think
is.
wanting and desiring to be a McNamara.
She made it happen. Kudos to her.